Welcome to Finance Deep Dive. All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to tackle one of the biggest and honestly most confusing questions in the economy right now.
That question is, are Americans actually getting poorer? Now, you'd think the answer would be simple, but it's surprisingly complex, because if you just look at the surface, all the official data seems to be shouting a clear no.
I mean, think about it. We see headlines all the time talking about historically low unemployment, and that's supposed to be a fantastic sign of a strong job market, isn't it?
And on top of that, it looks like paychecks are getting bigger. That number you see on your pay stub, your nominal wage, has been at a steady climb.
And if you zoom out to the really big picture, total household wealth in the U.S. has literally never been higher. We are talking record-breaking numbers here.
Okay, so this is where things get weird. This is the paradox. If the job market is so strong, and wages are going up, and wealth is at an all-time high, then why do so many people feel like they're financially worse off? The official story just doesn't seem to match up with reality for millions of people, does it?
Well, to solve this puzzle, we have to dig a little deeper. We need to look past the dollar amount on your paycheck and really understand what that money actually gets you.
So first up, you've got what's called your nominal income. That's just the plain old dollar amount you see on your pay stub. It's the number you officially earn.
But, and this is the key, what really matters is your real income. This is the number that counts. It's all about your purchasing power, what those dollars can actually buy you out there in the real world.
Let me give you a quick example so you can see how this works. Let's say you get a nice $3,000 raise. Awesome, right? On paper, you're definitely earning more money.
But here's the catch: inflation. Between 2020 and 2023, we got hit with the highest inflation in over 4 decades. I mean, the cost of pretty much everything just went up.
So what's the result? Your paycheck got bigger, sure. But because prices for everything else rose even faster, what your money can actually buy got smaller. You've actually lost purchasing power, even with that raise. It's kind of like you're running on a treadmill that's speeding up. You have to run faster just to stay in the same place.
And this financial squeeze, it becomes especially painful when you look at the things we absolutely cannot live without. I mean, just think about your own budget. For most families, the big three, housing, food, and transportation, make up the huge majority of their spending. And wouldn't you know it, these are the exact areas where costs have just exploded.
Housing, for sure, has become the single biggest burden for most people. Rent, home prices, they've soared, and they're eating up a massive chunk of our income.
And I know you've felt this one at the grocery store. Your food bill has just shot through the roof, right? That's thanks to a whole cocktail of things, from supply chain issues to higher energy costs. And meanwhile, as if that wasn't enough, the costs for healthcare and insurance just keep climbing. They just keep marching upwards, year after year, adding even more pressure to the family budget. But wait, there's more. The story doesn't just end with rising prices for stuff. On top of everything else, the cost of borrowing money, the cost of debt itself, has become a massive piece of this puzzle.
So, to fight that crazy inflation we were just talking about, the Federal Reserve did what it does. It raised interest rates. And that decision had a direct, almost immediate ripple effect on the finances of everyday families.
All of a sudden, borrowing money got a lot more expensive. What does that mean for you? Well, it means higher monthly payments on pretty much everything. Your credit card balance, your car loan, your mortgage, you name it. A bigger chunk of your money is now going out the door just to pay the interest on your debt.
Okay, so let's pause for a second. If everyday costs are up and debt is more expensive, let's go back to that number from the beginning. Who in the world benefited from all that record-breaking household wealth we talked about?
Well, when you look at the data, the answer is pretty clear. The vast majority of those economic gains went to higher-income households. That prosperity, it just wasn't shared evenly at all. And the reason why is absolutely crucial to understanding this whole thing. The huge growth in wealth didn't come from bigger paychecks trickling down to everyone. Nope. It came from owning assets, things like stocks and real estate that shot up in value.
And you know, this isn't even a new thing. It's actually part of a much longer trend we've been seeing for decades. The slice of the total economic pie that goes to workers in the form of wages has been shrinking. So even when the economy gets more productive, that extra value isn't translating into proportionally higher pay for a lot of people.
Okay, so let's put all these pieces together and see the real story behind the numbers.
And here's the bottom line. That feeling you might have, that feeling of working harder but still falling behind, it's real. And it's backed up by the data. Earning more money on paper doesn't automatically mean you're better off financially.
So,
When you put it all together, that paradox we started with, it's not a paradox at all. It's perfectly clear. Inflation ran faster than wages. The cost of essentials just skyrocketed. Higher debt payments squeezed everyone's budgets, and most of the new wealth flowed to the very top. See, it's not just a feeling. It is the economic reality for millions of Americans.
Thanks so much for watching this deep dive. If you like the content, please don't forget to subscribe to Finance Deep Dive. It genuinely motivates us to keep posting.